one up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. That's fielded in the end zone. He hurdles him.
Should get a gold medal for that one.
Good one. Let's go. Let's go. The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Behind. Ready. This is the mic. Tackles. Tackles.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 41, Cousins. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
They're not ready for this. They still playing.
Now Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. 3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, 26 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 78 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Cousins the thrower. And this is incomplete. The veteran safety, Antoine Bethea, there on the defensive coverage. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out that heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. These two teams all tied after 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Saquon Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And Latimer's got it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
10-2 stop. Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd and goal, Manning. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive, and also give him a 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. Normally, that's not the down and distance that you call a draw play. You usually want to wait the 2nd or 3rd down with a definite passing situation before that play is dialed up.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to... And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards and a Giant first down. Manning to Barkley on the draw play. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants have taken the lead. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing, Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. This time they stay on the ground, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
You ready? 55. All day, dog. Key 26. Key 26. I got shoot this side. I got shoot this side. We got defense.
Throwing on first down is Manning. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Manning. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Giants 21, Vikings 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to them.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score and striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you'd worked on all week long.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because...
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Leaps past him, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. First down, here's Cousins. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Cousins gives way to Cook. Oh, what a juke into space. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His second touchdown of the afternoon as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we are tied at 21. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Manning now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Barkley. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. On 2nd and 9, Manning, that's complete, right around the 8. And he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Manning now to throw. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Eli Manning with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys are able to regain the lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Manning now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go to Barkley again, and he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Shotgun now for Manning. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing, the O-line coach will.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game. They don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road? And everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they hit the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Throwing his Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 60 yards, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A 1st down carry for Barkley, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Benny Fowler that time, and it's 3rd down.
Got it.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Manning, all tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. It's Giants football here as we welcome you back. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Hey, Delta. 55.
Manning indeed going for it on fourth. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And some room to maneuver. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Rosas good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. And at the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A first run for the backup Abdullah. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They're going to run the jet sweep on third down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Fourth down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. The veteran safety Antoine Bethea there on the defensive coverage.
60 yards. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't get it.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Here we go again. Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. On first down, Barkley. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you.
trade.
It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries.